Anyways, don't use flixbus in the wintertime. At least I don't recommend using flixbus in the wintertime. So flixbus seems to have a habit of canceling their bus service whenever it snows. Case in point, I think it was December 23rd, just a couple days before Christmas, there was a major snow and ice storm across southern Ontario. And it was a real mess. I'll admit it was a very messy storm. I don't, well, actually, no, I don't think that was an ice storm. I think that was just a snowstorm. Most places maybe got about 15 centimeters of snow. So it wasn't an exceptional amount of snow, but it was extremely windy. Like we're talking 100-kilometer-an-hour winds. Now, I noticed that Flixbus canceled all of their buses on Christmas Eve because of that snowstorm. Thankfully, my ticket was booked on Megabus, and yes, Megabus was running quite late that day, like 2.5 hours late, but at least they were still operating, and at least they still got everyone to their destination safely, albeit late. And obviously, with bad weather out there, you can't fault them for being late, because I know that a good section of the 401, couple of large sections of the 401 were shut down that day. At least they were out there trying their best, and at least they got people to their destination safely, as opposed to Flix that just decided to cancel all their buses that day. Fast forward to January of this, earlier on this year. It was somewhere around January 25th, January 26th. I went from London to Montreal. And I had to take a Flixbus from London to Toronto. And we had a snowstorm the day before I was supposed to take this Flixbus. And I think it might have gone into the wee hours of the morning. I can't remember. But anyways, it had already stopped snowing. But despite that, Flixbus still canceled my bus. So I had to scramble and book a bus with Book a Ride. I'm also going to do a video about Book a Ride as well too, because I have a beef with them. I have a bone to pick with them. So Flixbus canceled their bus and I had to scramble to find another bus. It happened again in March. Back in the first weekend of March, I was supposed to be going from London to Toronto by Flixbus. There was a snowstorm the day before this that ended in the early morning that I was supposed to be going to Toronto. Again, bloody Flixbus cancels their buses. So I had to scramble, and thankfully I managed to get myself a seat on a Megabus. Not only was Megabus still running during this snowstorm, but they actually came on time. They actually got here about 25 minutes before they were supposed to leave, and they left on time and even got me to Toronto 17 minutes before they were scheduled to arrive there. So if the roads are so bad, why is it that Megabus is able to operate but Flixbus can't operate? I get it. It sucks driving in snow and ice. I won't drive in snow and ice unless absolutely necessary. But then again, I'm not operating a transportation company in Ontario, Canada. Flixbus shouldn't have signed up to operate buses 12 months a year in Ontario, Canada, if they don't feel like driving in a little bit of snow and ice. So in the summertime, say from May till October, Flixbus is fine to use, but I do not recommend using Flixbus in the winter time, since they have a habit of canceling their buses whenever it snows.